Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson and the Adai Tano program. The all-new 2018 Kona by Hyundai, available at Cars Plus. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Ahead on Primetime, frustration, sadness, and gratitude given. The Akima family sit down for a face-to-face talk with the first responders who helped to locate their son's body. Plus, more than 2 months has passed since the murder of a 15-year-old Dededo girl. The family now ready to speak out as they ask for help in finding her killer. And it's slowly becoming a trend that is resulting in a positive move for our beaches. Carmen Talahi has more in an upcoming event to clean up the invasive algae in our waters.
Hafaday and good evening.
Well, the Guam Fire Department on Wednesday answered questions from family members of the late Xavier Akima. Earlier this month, the teenager swept away in a flash flood while hiking the San Carlos Fall trails with friends.
Efforts for his rescue came to a tragic end when his body was found approximately 1.5 miles inland from the Pago Bay Bridge.
Like a lot of what ifs.
That question plaguing the minds of family and friends of the late Xavier Akima. Though he was laid to rest on Saturday, his funeral a closed casket, Mom and Dad haven't had their closure yet. Call it parental instincts. Andrew Akima questions why rescuers didn't take his suggestion to look further downstream sooner.
How funny and ironic that that's where they found my son. You know, I didn't understand, like, why, you know, because I guess as a parent's instinct, we probably feel where our child was, but we're not certain. And to find out that that's where he was located, I mean, dead or alive, okay? I'm not saying that I wanted a miracle that he was going to be alive. The third day we had to face each other and say we have to accept what the outcome is, okay? So that was the reason why, you know, I was kind of like upset, because why wasn't I listening to?
Rosie Akima also questioning why there were such limited resources searching for her son.
I felt on the third day there was more people that went out there. GFD volunteers, all these volunteers that went out on the third day. If that had happened on that Sunday, I think with all those volunteers, and I think we would have had my son. I think we would have had him in a better condition where I'll be able to hold him. I just didn't understand how come there were so many people on the third day than there was Sunday.
The grieving couple, as well as several other family members, met with Guam Fire Department Acting Chief Darren Burrier, his assistant fire chiefs, and Governor Eddie Calvo on Wednesday to find out exactly what went down when rescuers hit the trails to search for the missing teen boy. GFD maintains it was too dangerous to allow volunteers to assist in the search. Drones were also prohibited to allow for a helicopter to comb the area from above. Guam's only search and rescue dog handler was also not on island at the time.
I would have loved to have found him that first night. The probability, even with more rescuers, it's still a low probability that we would have found him because of the conditions. As you see, in the first 48 hours, our focus is on search and rescue. After 48 hours passes, then we start looking more towards the search and recovery. So our efforts were still towards search and rescue in hopes that we're going to find Xavier alive. And so the initial search and rescue efforts will be focused on the point of origin, and we took the point of origin as San Carlos Falls. And we start moving all our majority of our assets that way, going down the river, and then laterally moving upwards for any activity if he had egressed out. We also saw that with the amount of debris and twists and turns in the river of the probabilities of how far Xavier could have gone. And as far as he was found, and none of the experiences that we've had has a victim gone that far. And so we attribute that to probably As far as the environmental conditions, the climate conditions that were involved, your son was, as most people from drownings happen, they are submerged to begin with, until it comes a time to where the body starts to gas. And then when the gases build up in the body, then they start to come up. And what appeared was that he had recently come up because there was no environmental assets on your son that would have said that he was exposed to environmental conditions. So we had the helicopter go up and down as you see in the search pattern, and if he was in the water, invisible, we would have seen him. That night, even with more assets, I don't think it would have been possible to find him.
All agreed more can be done in the future so no other family has to experience what the Akimas endured during the 48 hours they waited anxiously for Xavier to be recovered. More signage, more resources to put towards search and rescue dogs, and more communication. The search continues for a murderer. Family members of 15-year-old Tamika Nalta say investigators are keeping details of the case tight.
That's right. Now, more than 10 weeks since she was apparently stabbed to death, her family is making a plea to the community for help and sending a message to her killer to confess.
We just want to find out why this happened.
We miss her so much.
Questions linger for the family of this young Dededo teen found stabbed to death at her home along Chalankota back in June.
But to take her life like that way is just horrible.
Tamika Nalta's great aunt Rose says the summer months have been difficult without her niece.
She's a good helper, that's for sure. She helps us around the farm. She loves to bake. We like taking her to the beach.
She says Tamika had a kind heart. Her presence is no doubt sorely missed, which is why Rose says she struggles each time she steps out onto the family farm.
Just going down there, it just brings memories, and I haven't even touched it since she's been gone. I don't feel it's just the memories.
Memories that has family members like Tamika's great-grandmother, Maria Ganji, heartbroken.
Not so good. We miss that girl so much, you know.
We have a lot of stress, tension. Our family is just trying to cope each day. We think of her every day, that's for sure.
In June, Tamika's body was found stabbed inside this wooden tin home, a structure her aunt says she built on her own. Rose recalls waking up to the nightmare.
I got up and ran out to where Tamika was staying, and just from the way my nephew was screaming, I was gonna go inside to look, but I didn't go in because I already knew that something horrible happened to her, and I didn't want to remember her I didn't want to see her like that.
Her death was ruled a homicide. Investigators returned to the scene just a week back to remove the crime scene tape. The murder also leaving those closest to her in fear, as police have yet to gain any new leads. Though investigators have yet to put a call out to the community to find a suspect, Rose has this to say to her killer.
He caused a lot of grief. He caused a lot of pain to our family. And it's just heart-wrenching not to have to hug her or talk to her or give her a kiss or what. But this person or persons, please have that conscience, please. Everybody makes mistakes. Just own up to it. Own up to your mistake. Own up to what you did.
The FBI is also involved in the investigation. Meantime, we are told police also responded to a robbery at a home nearby. No word yet if authorities have been able to make a connection to the two incidents.
For now, if you have any information, you're asked to call police or Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP. Now to the follow-up death investigation out of Mangilao involving an elderly Air Force veteran. KUAM confirms it's become a cold case. Investigators have visited the crime scene at the Taitano Apartments in Mangilao multiple times after the body of a man identified as Ray was found inside his unit last month. Neighbors have said the military veteran, who was in his early 60s, lived there alone and kept to himself. Police believe foul play could be caused, but Authorities are also not allowing the medical examiner to release the autopsy results. Now, we have since learned Ray's death has been ruled a homicide. For now, police have yet to gain any additional leads that could help them to narrow down a suspect.
It was initially a surprise find for leadership at the prison. Nearly a decade's worth of confiscated drugs, makeshift weapons, tobacco products, and cell phones found in a locked room at DebCorp's Internal Affairs, now in the custody of Guam police. DOC Director Tony Lamarena says it was found last year following the arrest of several inmates, including corrections officers. One of those officers was the former head of the prison's IA, Jeff Limo. It was 1 year ago the group was charged with promoting major prison contraband. Now Lamarena says it took them this long to hand it over to the Mananda Drug Task Force, as they had a variety of other cases to handle, along with conducting inventory of the contraband found in the locked room. The items date as far back as 2009. Authorities say majority of the contraband were confiscated as a result of it being thrown over the fence. GPD is working with DOC to investigate.
The Guam Election Commission slated to address a request for a recount of Democratic gubernatorial votes requested by the Agan Limtiaco team tomorrow night. The GEC board is meeting tomorrow to not only address the recount request, but also to hear Executive Director Maria Peñalina report on several election issues stemming from electioneering, ballot tampering, and an incident report submitted by Chief J.I. Cruz of the Guam Police Department. The incident report details 2 officers' accounts of a GEC worker who appeared to be nervous while trying to replace laptops at the UOG Tabulation Center. The board will also address a request also from Agan Limtiaco team to inspect spoiled ballots. The GEC meeting starts at 5:30 at the GCIC offices in Hagåtña.
Well, coming up on D18 tonight, we welcome back the senatorial candidates. Well, the top 15 from each party to interact with you. The voters sitting down with us tonight, or the candidates sitting down with us, we should say, Democratic candidate Clint Rogel and Republican candidate Jose A. San Agustin. The two will take on questions from you, our audience, as you type them in on our KUAM News Facebook live stream comment section. Then on the after party, we have Fernando Estevez, Kate Baltazar, and Adrian Cruz. Tune in to D18 tonight right after this newscast.
A couple of quick headlines coming out of Guam homeland today. The first, that 6.4 magnitude earthquake that hit 160 kilometers east-northeast of Anatan, shaking things up for us around 8:30 this morning. Fortunately, no injuries or damages as a result.
Definitely shook Whisper out of bed. Well, then a brief lockdown at Ocean View Middle School in Agate after officials came across writing on the campus of a bomb threat. The all-clear was given, though, after no credible threat was found.
Keep it here for more news here on Primetime.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
A simple handshake. That's all Jake Calvo needed when he started his company. Today, 80 years later, we like to say thank you to all of you who have taken our hand in trust. Thank you to the dreamers. Thank you to the realists. Thank you to the family-oriented. Thank you to the entrepreneurial. Thank you to those climbing the corporate ladder. And to the ones starting a new life together. Thank you to the traditionalists and the edgy. To the young at heart and the old souls. Thank you to the daring, to the protective, to the practical. Thank you to the hopeful. To all of you from all of us, our deepest, happiest, and infinite thanks.
80 years here for you. 80 years thanks to you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
Summer is here, and at Cars Plus and Mighty, that means big savings during our summer clearance event. Right now, save up to $8,000 on select 2018 Ram 1500 SLT Crew Cab, or save $3,250 on a 2018 Chrysler Pacifica. Voted Family Car of the Year. 1.99 APR financing is available for qualified buyers. Plus, buy today and receive a Cars Plus value card, where you get 21 cents off per gallon at all Shell stations. Don't miss our summer clearance event, going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Welcome back. GPA is considering a change in the rate it pays to buy back solar power from individual providers. In a presentation from the CCU Tuesday, GM John Beneventi says GPA is overpaying under the current net metering program, and it will seek approval from the PUC to lower those costs. But several home-based solar providers attending the meeting say they oppose the move, arguing that they will lose out if rates are cut. GPA Oversight Chair Senator Talina Nelson defended the group, saying they need to be grandfathered into the current rate and given enough time to make back their investment.
How far ahead? Arizona, they have 20 years. Florida, they have 20 years. New Hampshire is 22. Indiana is 14. So if you could please reconsider your decision for the 5 to 8 years and perhaps give the people of Guam that have invested into this net metering program an opportunity to recoup their investment.
But Beneventi says non-solar customers are subsidizing the solar uses by $3.4 million this year, $10 million in total since 2009. He says the number is growing and GPA needs to adjust the rate now before it becomes what he calls a runaway train.
Well, our concern is it's got to be addressed so that this thing doesn't run away. And somehow, and I'll leave it to the policymakers to come up with their decision. But somehow this has to be phased in or addressed so that we turn the tide on this situation.
The PUC directed GPA to review the solar rate once they hit 1,000 solar customers. Currently, they have more than 1,700 and have been working on a recommendation for the PUC since they crossed the 1,000 threshold about 2 years ago. The proposal was again put on hold at Tuesday's meeting. So far, GPA could refine the proposal further.
New jobs in the rapidly expanding technology industry. That's what the Guam Community College is preparing students for with the help of local businesses. President Mary Okada briefed the Chamber of Commerce on their IT job training, which was developed through the Chamber's Silicon Valley Village initiative.
So due to this initiative, GCC, using its advisory committees, partners with telecom professionals to develop our Career Tech Ed telecommunications program in the high school to specifically address the need for IT workers here on island. We just launched the CTE telecom program at Teton High School this month, and we have right now approximately 80 students in this program.
Okada says the program teaches computer languages and foundational computer science concepts as part of a larger program where students who complete 180 hours of work experience in the telecom industry can earn high school credits.
The student can there declare in the associate's degree program at GCC in computer science as their major and receive 19 college credits associated with our DCAPs once that program has reached final approval. So that's more than one semester of college already under their belt. One semester graduating from high school. Think about that. Think about that savings to those parents.
She says ideally this chamber-sponsored program will help supply educated, skilled workers for the local telecom industry.
Sustainable swim shorts made with recyclable plastic. That's just one of many products a new local brand is launching as part of their mission to make Guam sustainable.
Carmen Terlahi has this week's Think Green.
Shorty Swimwear is more than just another brand hoping to promote a lifestyle that thinks green. Kai Morrell, founder of the up-and-coming sustainable fashion, says the idea was created by a group of local visionaries.
Shorty's is a brand that's built around the idea of helping people. It's just an option. It's the eco-friendly option. I wanted to be I wanted this brand to be the spearhead of that for this island.
Leading the way in sustainability and giving back to island communities, Shorty's is dropping their products one by one, each with a special message to promote sustainability on the daily. The launch is happening this Saturday at CS Coffee Shop in Hagåtña. Together with local talent, live music, an open mic, and guest speakers, all are invited to clean up Guam's beaches. Picking up trash, a practice Kai does often.
And I couldn't get it all. Every day I go back and there's new trash, new trash, new trash. So I threw this event hoping that maybe the community could come down here and help me clean the beach right out front here, because it's so close to home, so close to our capital, and nobody's really paying any attention to it.
Trading trash for stickers. The Shorty's team is partnering with the Department of Agriculture to also pick up the algae in the ocean. Inside and out, this brand is on a mission to keep Guam clean for future generations.
It's really for the people. Like, every single one of our products has something tied in with giving back to our community, being outdoors, leaving less trash than when you came. Every time you come in and buy one of our accessories, there's a little pledge card for you to read off, and it's like a personal commitment to yourself to be more eco-aware, eco-friendly, and really just love your life and live it to the fullest, but pick up trash along the way.
The cleanup starts Saturday, September 1st at noon. For this week's Think Green, I'm Carmen Victoria Trelahi.
Sports is next, but first, here's your island weather.
Easy is it to earn reward points using the Alpha Plus app? Here, let me show you. Simply register with the all-new Alpha Plus app and earn reward points while making purchases at your favorite stores you already shop at. Just present the app to any authorized representative to earn your points. Now that was easy. Alpha Plus, make every day a plus.
Half a day, hungry drivers. Are you spending more time on the road? Shell has teamed up with Wendy's so you can buy fuel and eat free. Just fuel up 7 gallons at any Shell station and get a coupon for a Wendy's cheeseburger or chicken nuggets. Or use 2 coupons to redeem a Wendy's cheeseburger meal with fries and a drink. Fuel up at Shell today because this deal won't last long. Quality service, fuel and food from Shell and Wendy's.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. On the show tonight, GML baseball playoffs from the Paseo Stadium. I also have some tennis news for all you tennis players out there. But first off, girls high school volleyball from the JFK gym. Check it out. The St. John's Knights pulled off a 3-set win over the JFK Islanders in IIAAG girls high school volleyball last night. The Knights cruised to a 25-17 first set win. after leading 6-0 to get the game started. The visiting squad led by as many as 9 points early in the set. JFK managed to pull within 4 points, trailing 18-14. St. John's took the set after the return from the home team went out of bounds. The Islanders scored 3 straight points to lead 3-0 in the second set. Haley Wigston answered for the Knights to score her team's first point. Francine Valena gave JFK the 9-3 lead after a nice play at the net to get the shot to fall. JFK never trailed in the set and went on to take the second set 25-19. St. John's picked up momentum in the third, going up 7-0 and maintained that lead throughout the third set. An ace by Wigston helped the Knights stay ahead 15-7 midway through the match. Looking to hold it down on their home court, the Islanders rallied to an 18-14 deficit. St. John's ended the match on a 7-1 run for the 25-15 third set win. Haley Wigston put down the winning shot for the St. John's Knights. With the win, the Knights improved to 4-0 on the season. They hit the court again on Friday when they host the Simon Sanchez Sharks. In GML baseball, the Gigo Astros live to fight another day. Facing elimination, the Astros beat the Orioles last night 2-0 at the Paseo Stadium. Astros, with a runner on, advances to second base after the throw from the catcher hits the dirt and gets by the first baseman. DJ Cruz stepped up to the plate and ripped an RBI double deep to center field to bring home the runner at second. Cruz scored the game's first run in the top of the sixth. He finished the game 1 for 4 at the plate. Teammate Xavier Reyes went 2 for 4. Orioles pitcher Mike Munoz got the loss but recorded 13 strikeouts in his outing. Astros pitcher Josh Korpanen got the win on the mound with 14 strikeouts and the complete game. Orioles lead the series 2-1. Sean Munoz Jr. finished 2 for 4 with 2 doubles for the O's, while teammate Jathan Munoz Barnes finished 1 for 4. Munoz was left stranded after the ground out to second by Randy Alcantara. Action resumes Thursday when the Rays and Red Hawks hit the diamond at 7 p.m. All you tennis players out there, start restringing your rackets and register for the ASC Trust 2018 Family Classic. You can register for the tournament online now at tennisacademyguam.com. Junior singles kick off on September 14th. Play wraps up in October with the combined skilled mixed doubles event. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.